So, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday, March the 27th, 2019. We appreciate you listening to Radio Free Radford.com this morning. I'm Dustin Staples, your Commander-in-Chief of Weather, News, Sports, Entertainment, Thought of the Day. Alrighty, this morning here we woke up to sunshine, staying temperatures in the 30s this morning. We're now getting up to about 58 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Of course, our sun sets at 7:40 tonight, so of course, you have been noticing the sunset has been getting later and later every day here in the parts of the New River Valley and everywhere you go now, I guess. Not quite sure. Alrighty, there we go now. It's kind of odd. I think the closer I get to the mic, it's got something to do with that, which is kind of odd, which normally that's where I'm supposed to be. Alrighty, now I feel like I'm screaming at you now, but I do apologize if I am because our microphone here, I don't know what is going on with it. And so anyway, sound like somebody's cooking some hot chocolate or some coffee this morning, which you probably needed. Sorry. Anyway, love technical difficulties. It brightens my day. 33 with the overnight low. Winds will remain light and variable as well. Temperatures this weekend are going to be looking great in the 70s with lots of sunshine. So we got that to worry about coming up. And so, yeah, there you go. That's the forecast for today. All right, so obviously, if you got the email yesterday here, we are very excited to announce that President Hempfield's contract has been extended for another 7 years here at Radford University until 2026. Yesterday, they made a big announcement, and so we are very happy to see that announcement come out. And we want just thank you to President Hempfield for all you do here at Radford University. And so again, the contract was extended. Of course, yesterday a tweet was put out by him on Twitter. You can follow him at Brian O. Hempfield, quoting that his Marcial and I are thankful for Radford University's Board of Visitors for overwhelming support. Radford is our home and is a special place for talented students, world-class faculty, and dedicated staff, and we look forward to being Highlanders for many years. Of course, he tweeted that out yesterday in a quote, and of course, obviously, as you know, President Hempfield is a very busy man. I've tried to get in contact with him, and I have not heard a response back. And, of course, I'm going to try my best to get him on this semester. And if not, I've got many years now because, thankfully, his contract has been extended for another 7 or so years. But I'm not going to be here for another 7 years, obviously. But anyway, you can check out radford.edu, and there was an article posted on the website about his accomplishments and a lot of the good things he's done here at the university. Of course, this is only his second year here as president, so that's kind of cool and awesome, and big congratulations to President Hempfield himself. Alrighty, let's take a look at let's try to knock out some housekeeping rules this morning. Here are National Day of the Day. Of course, I normally keep a pattern, but this week is I'm all over the place. So, obviously, our National Day of the Day is, I'm pulling it up, is National Scribble Day. So, if you like to get out there and start drawing on a piece of paper at random times, I do it all the time. So, I mean, get out there and just whenever you're bored or something in class, when you maybe start doze off or whatever, fall asleep, just get you a piece of pen and paper or a pencil and paper, pad, notepad, and start just drawing stuff. Then who knows, you may end up scribbling the entire state building out or the Eiffel Tower, and you don't even know it. It is National Spanish Paella Day, and it's also the National Little Red Wagon Day. Obviously, the Little Red Wagon, we all grew up with one. I sure did. I grew up with two of them, actually, because I have a sister younger than me, so we had to have two of those, and so we did that, and the Little Red Radio Flyer, which is the big red wagon announcer. Excuse me. Wow, wow, love it. Love the Wednesday mornings, folks. Red Radio Flyer is the big famous wagon that's been smiling for kids for all ages, and of course, creating warm memories that last a lifetime. I'm getting this correct this morning. As a brand, Radio Flyer has always supported the unconstructed outdoor play and has a positive impact on children. With their 100th anniversary on the horizon, Radio Flyer would like to establish a day that not only celebrates kids' imagination, but their vehicles, helping them to explore, and their wagons being the vehicle. It is, of course, this toy is one of the most enduring toys of all times for generations. Children have led a Little Red Wagon down Independence Day parades, carried out imaginary missions and voyages with children's fantasies. It is not unusual for the Little Red Wagon to be handed down from the next one generation to the other. Of course, my family and I did purchase a red wagon about 6 or so years ago. I actually had a younger cousin who was turning 2, who's now 7 at the time. We bought him a red wagon. Now he still has it, and so, of course, he has an older sister, and so I don't know when we're going to go with that one at that point. So anyway, get out there and get the red wagon. Warm weather's approaching. That's why this is pretty much in this date, in this early in the season. It is also Lady Gaga's birthday. I'm sorry, that's tomorrow. Jumping ahead of myself. Scratch that thought. All right, it's also, so that's all the national days we have for you. We'll talk about Lady Gaga's birthday tomorrow. And, of course, speaking of tomorrow, we do have Radford admissions coming on. Shane Kennedy. Anyway, I can't pronounce his last name. That's why I'm going to let him say it for us tomorrow so he can say it for us. And anyway, he is a graduate of Radford and works in he's alumni. And, of course, we'll be talking with him about Radford admissions and what goes into the making of Radford University itself. Of course, there are many, many, many fine folks behind the scenes. As one famous, is Radford Charles Sawyers and Radford Emily Awad. Of course, those are the two main people you see running around on the social Facebook pages and running and updating our websites here at Radford University. This morning I've been saying a lot of R's. That's why it's been this throwing out like it is. So anyway, we're glad to have him on. Of course, our guest emailed me this morning from yesterday. He was unfortunately under the weather. We're hoping to get him on later, probably next week. I'm also working with the Radford Acapella group, which is a group of ladies here at Radford University. It's like the acapella, but it's the acapella group. We may have them on next week too, so I'm working with them and also trying to work with the basketball team here. I'm trying to get 2 people on. One of them is a Martinsville High School graduate, which is a school I graduated from back in 2016. Of course, I think he's expected to graduate either this year or next year, so I'm trying to pull him on before he runs away. All-star player and big person for sure, so we'll talk with him later on the semester. Hopefully we can get him on. Alrighty, the word of the day is by Merriam-Webster's.com, is litmus test. It's the litmus test, which is a test in which in a single factor such as an attitude, event, or fact or is decisive. So litmus test. Take a look at that and maybe do a litmus test. I don't know. Alrighty, so our quote of the day website has a love every time I get on this website. It just updates on its own, and it makes it more difficult because I've already have it set where it needs to be. So anyway, we are scrolling down to March. Excuse me, voice has got a little scratchy there. All right, so today's quote of the day is a real short one, and it's by an anonymous person. We don't know who said this. Quoting, "Fear is only as deep as the mind allows." How about that? Alrighty, switching gears now. Obviously, the pollen has been pretty high over the last several days. We've had lots of sunshine. Unfortunately, it's going to be remaining high all this week, about 9 to 10, starting from today until Saturday, and then leaving on into the weekend. So, achoo, many of you will be doing, and keep your nasal spray, tissues, hand sanitizer around with you, so we can, take care of that and stay healthy. We also want to let you know that today is the Big South. Of course, remember on Monday we had the tennis team on. They are getting ready to get geared up today for a match. They are heading to North Carolina, and Winthrop is who they play at Rock Hill, South Carolina, at 2 p.m. We wish them the best as they are into the Big South tournament, and like our women's basketball team made it that far. So we could be doing just big congratulations to our athletic department this spring, doing an amazing job for all they do as well. Let's see here. We can find several events. It is Philanthropy Week. Of course, go out there and support your favorite fraternity and or sorority, and you can take a look at those. They're all over social media, anywhere, and so that's what's coming up for. And so yeah, there you go. Okay, so here we are. We have the Philanthropy Week pulled up here. Goodness gracious, where did I find it? Hold on, folks. I pulled it up in my photos, and I think there it is. So anyway, this is the Radford Phi Kappa Sigma doing theirs. And today you can pie a cap, and of course it's from 11 to 2 in the Bonnie. You can get $1 for 2 of them, or $2 for 5 pies. So go out there and support them. The weather will be nice by then. It'll be sunny out there. And who knows, I might run by there and see what's going on. Maybe we can film and talk to those people. Of course, we did have them on earlier. We had one of the members on earlier in the semester, so we've already kind of featured that fraternity already. I'm trying to work on some sororities to get on here, which is the female group side of the Greek life here. There's over 28 different Greek life vendors here. Of course, there's more than 250 organizations here at the Radford University. Of course, I have a tendency of saying Radio Free Radford because that's what I've been saying so much. So anyway, of course, just a reminder, seniors out there, if you're listening on this morning, if you're up, I don't know, but anyway, you need to go ahead and start purchasing your senior cords. Student media leaders, you can come to Jeff White. He is our supervisor here for Highlander Student Media. They are $5 to pick up. Or you can go to the bookstore and just request for your senior cords. The deadline is approaching very soon. And then our athletic department this spring, they're doing an amazing job with all of their stuff they're doing. And, of course, yesterday on my show, I did not upload it. So I am going to upload this one. What happened to that yesterday, I was waiting on the guest to come on, and he never did show up. So what I did do, I did go live over the air on RadioFreeRadford.com. So what I'm going to start doing is every time we have a guest on, I'm just going to upload when the guest is here. Only do that episode. For one, it is getting a little bit time consuming on my part. Of course, it is starting to get to the end of the semester where I need to start focusing more on my exams and midterms coming up very soon. Excuse me, midterms have passed. We've got the final exam coming up later in May, first week of May, and the latter part of April. So what I'm going to probably do in these broadcasts will be only published when there's a guest on, like tomorrow we'll have him on. But if some days, if there's not a guest within 2 to 3 days, I will then do an updated published. I will still go live here on RadioFreeRadford.com. I won't upload them until once there's a guest here with me. So I want to kind of make that. I know there was some confusion by some people asking me about that. But yeah, so what I'm going to start doing, just to briefly repeat it again, whenever I feature a guest on the show, I will probably just upload that particular episode, and then I will probably not do a part 2 and just leave it as is, because like I said, time consuming on my part. I mean, even though I've got all this time in the world on my hands here now, because my schedules are kind of, this semester, thankfully, I'm done about 10 o'clock about every day. Of course, I have one afternoon class, and that's only like Tuesday, Thursdays. But this has been a weird week for me because my teachers have been out, and of course, anyway, I'll start doing this coming up tomorrow, Friday. I may not do a broadcast video over the YouTube, but I will on radio waves. And so be looking for some changes coming up the next several weeks ahead. And obviously, it's a busy one because we've got exams coming up for some classes. After you finished a couple of terms of standards for the particular class you're doing, you always have like a quiz or an exam or whatnot. Projects are a big important time too, and of course the big final exam, which take place the first week of May, and that time is quickly approaching. Alrighty, I thought I'd set that message out there. Concluding this morning, I hope you have a wonderful day. We do have the schedule for you. Let me pull that up so you can see who's coming up later today. Here we have Andrew Shorts from 2 to 2:30. Coming up after Andrew, we will have Susan Dorr from 3 to 3:30. Followed by we'll have Larry Becker from 4 to 4:30. Finally, we will have Garrett Lugman, which I was a guest on his show last week. We talked about movie trailers, discussing some of the new upcoming Pixar and Disney films that are being released this summer and next year as well. So I'm not sure what he's got lined up for his show, but tune in him from 5 to 5:30. And I'll be back with you tomorrow with our Radford admissions. I've been looking forward to this day tomorrow for quite a while, and since last week, because last time I communicated with him. So anyway, we got that coming up for you, and we also have a lot of great hits here on Radio Free Radford. Thank you so much for listening on today. I appreciate all the support that you all do. Have a wonderful Wednesday. It's sunny out there. More of that to come tomorrow.